Hey guys, it's Stormclawd. Gonna be talking today a bit about mindset stuff. Basically, two things I'm gonna cover: solo queue mindset and team mindset. So when are you just playing by yourself, playing with whoever? How do you deal with that? And also when you're playing with friends, maybe teammates, maybe even tournament level teams. Any sort of team I'm referring to here. But I'll just start off with like the base thing. So the base thing is when you're just playing with random players. Everyone does it at some point, right? And a lot of times it's not the greatest experience for some people. Like a lot of time, there's more things you want to be doing with your teammates that you just can't, and you just can't figure it out. You think your teammates are just not quite up to the par you need, and then you're sitting there thinking, what the hell can I do to be able to play off these teammates? But it actually takes a bit of recognizing, what they can do. But there's a really bad mindset that, especially if you ever played League of Legends, really common mindset, I mean I even used to have it, really common mindset was just you'd want too much team play out of your team in solo queue. Then you'd be thinking, why aren't they, synchronizing an ult with my ult? Well, the reason is you're not on comms and you're in solo queue, and it's the same in Rocket League. What's the reason he's not able to read all my passes? Well, unless he's a really good player and can read the play super well to be in position for passes. Most people can't. And most people, with comms they can position for some passes, but they still, a lot of passing it comes down to you actually reading the play. It doesn't require you knowing where someone is, because you just know in a way. Like you see them at some point along the pass, you'll see them on the side, and that's when you go for them. But it's the same in solo queue, where you can do that with some players when you see they're reliable for it. I mean, if you see someone ahead of you, just pop it at them. Just give them a strike, because it gives your team more things overall. This is just more for solo queue stuff. Not expecting too much of your teammates, just seeing what they can do. But some games you just have to play perma goalie, because otherwise you're just gonna get scored on over and over. Unfortunately, that's just how it is sometimes in solo queue. So then more on what you have to do when you're in a team environment. So it depends what your team wants to achieve, right? All teams are different. Some teams just want to play casually, some teams want to play semi-competitively, some teams want to play fully competitively, some teams want to play too competitively. There's a lot of levels to it. It's all about finding a balance that works for you though, at the end of the day. If your team works well playing really competitively, then go for it. It's just, it depends on the people in your team and the situations you have, like what you want to do. For base level, it's really about making sure you try to keep your teammates' spirits high, don't let them drop. But then, it takes a lot to do that. It's not just basic, it's not just because it's a lot of when you invest more time into it, or you invest more time with the same people, you feel like you should be getting progress, and sometimes you don't. And then it's about figuring out how to get that progress. But it's a problem if you forget about the progress and start thinking about what your teammates are doing wrong too much. It's a really easy habit to get into, because you're going to play with these guys all the time, and you'll just see their bad mistakes and their bad habits, and you'll start pinpointing in on it, and then you're so focused on their mistakes that you're not thinking about your own game, and then everything's going everywhere, and you're like, blah! And then eventually, you'll get mad at each other and you swap teams. It's just like, it seems to be how it kind of happens if most teams, it's just, you gotta be open and honest with each other, otherwise it's end up gonna be like a splash. Everything goes everywhere. Then other things for teams, figure out what you want to work on, give yourself goals. So for my team, when we gave ourselves goals, it kind of helps. You don't think so much about winning. When you start thinking about winning, it's a really bad habit to get into, because winning is secondary to playing well, but just focusing on playing well isn't really secondary to winning. If you're playing well, you're more likely to win. So it's kind of a catch-22 when you focus on the wrong thing there, because you're putting brain power into the win, not playing well. So then it kind of takes away some of what you could be doing. So you could be a way better player than you are currently, maybe, if you don't have something affecting your brain. So think of your brain as things it can focus on. So if you focus on something that's not quite the right thing, it's going to be hindering how much power your brain has. So for me, I have to be able to play at a high level, I need to clear my brain of anything gunky. because otherwise I just get wrecked by it. I don't have much brain power at the moment with my condition. It's kind of like chronic fatigue. But then I don't have much brain power. But then how does that work? How do you manage to get brain power out of it? So, you know, I just use what I have to the most I can, and pretty much I try to anyway, because, you know, if I don't have full, well, I gotta use full of what I've got. But then if you start focusing on the wrong things, I especially notice it in my head, because if I start focusing on the wrong thing, my play starts going down as well. And it can be a slump. And then that's bad. But as long as you recognize when it's a mindset thing, you have to be really on top of mindset. And the thing is, it never fixes itself either. It's always there. Like, it's always possible to slip into a bad mindset, I find. Like, if you're not careful, you can just start creeping in really easily, and you won't even notice it, because sometimes it might just be the people you're hanging out with or whatnot. Like, you won't even notice why it's happening, but it just creeps in, and then you're like, blah. It's all about focusing on stuff. So, you know, having individual goals is good. Like, you know, for me it was hitting a wall hit where I did a follow up off the wall. I'll try to see if I can do one. Well, that was a bad setup. I'll see. Like that. But get it in the goals. But, you know, that was something I had as a goal for myself to be able to do, because I saw a pro player do it, and I'm like, how long is this going to take me to be able to learn? Like, I really enjoyed doing wall hits at one point. Once I'd learned them, they became my favorite type of shot. So then, you know, this is like the epitome of what you can do with wall hits, that and air dribbles. So, you know, I wanted to figure out how to do it. That was like an individual goal. But then what could be a team goal? Well, a team goal might be, you practice redirects as a team, example. You practice some passing. Maybe you do, one of the things my team liked doing was keepy-uppy, where you just practice keeping the ball up between each other, because then you're practicing flicking up, and then, you know, it comes to an end of the game, you got 10 seconds left, you're a lot better at keeping it up. But also what the drill requires is you guys to position for each other and be ready to pass to each other. And it starts creeping over into your other gameplay when you do more of it, which is a really nice benefit of it. But it also helps it has like kind of two things. It helps you guys pass together, but it also brings together, oh, what is it? What was I just saying? I've forgotten. Brings together stuff. Brings whatever I just said stuff. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Okay, I'm probably gonna end the video about there. Just say, try and keep on top of your mindset, because nobody else can keep on top of it for you. And it's one of those things where in video games, it's actually so much of what you can do. You have a bad mindset, it's gonna really hold you back. Anyway guys, I'm Stormclawd signing out. Catch you guys.